Alright, YouTube, we're driving from Simi to Hermosa. So I have a little bit because I have a driver driving me. So I have time to talk to the tube. So we're gonna do a little chit chat about tracking macros. I kind of talked about it in one of my other vlogs, but some people wanted me to elaborate on it, and since I would be more than happy to talk about it, it makes me super happy, I'm going to. So, tracking macros is, so some people, when they think of like dieting or like being healthy, they think of just eating a lot of clean food. Like clean food as in like just whole food, like fruits and vegetables and lean meat and whatever. But when you do that, yeah, it's good for your body, like the healthy food is good for your body, but sometimes you may not really think about, like, for example, like a clean breakfast might be like a nice bowl of oatmeal and a grapefruit. You know, that's like super healthy stuff. But when you eat it, you just think you're eating really healthy, so you're gonna lose weight, but then you don't think about that a bowl of oatmeal and a grapefruit has tons of carbs. And I'm not saying carbs are bad for you, but if you like, maybe for lunch you have like brown rice and chicken and vegetables, and then for dinner maybe you have a sweet potato, a piece of Ezekiel bread, and turkey. So that's a lot of carbs throughout your day, but you don't think about that because you're eating healthy, and so you don't think about the amount of carbs you're eating. And like I said, carbs aren't bad for you or anything, but if you overeat on anything, you're gonna gain weight. And so tracking macros is just a good way to kind of understand how much you're eating, and it also allows you to fit in like fun food, so you don't just have to eat clean and strict all the time. Like you can eat froyo and still like make progress towards your goals, whether that's like lose weight or gain muscle. So tracking macros, there's different ways to figure out what your macros should be, and I'll like link some stuff below about how I figured out my macros and what can help you figure out your macros. And then if anybody still needs more help about it, you can just email me. My email will be below, and then I can talk to you more, and I will like specify your macros and help you with that. Anyways, so almost got in a car accident because of my scary driver.
Look, show them.
Yeah, no. Anyways, so say you figure out, okay, first you gotta decide what your goal is. Do you wanna lose weight? Do you wanna maintain your weight? Or do you want to gain weight or like gain muscle? So once you decide what you wanna do, you figure out what your maintenance calories are. And like I said, if you look at kind of like my links below what I do, that'll help you figure out what your maintenance calories are. And then once you do that, say you wanna lose weight. So in order to lose the weight, you want to, your maintenance calories are like the calories that you would eat every day to just stay at the weight that you're at. Like you're not gaining weight, you're not losing weight. A good way to figure that out is like, again, you can look at the links below, but like if you track your food for like 2 weeks, and if you're like maintaining your weight, then you just like look at how many calories that was, and that's your maintenance calories. But there's like a way you can like actually try to calculate it. But anyways, so if you want to lose weight, you'd obviously want to eat below your maintenance calories. You want to be in a caloric deficit, as they call it. You'll calculate your macros based off of that. And then if you want to gain weight or gain muscle, then you'll want to eat above your maintenance calories, so you'll be in a caloric surplus. And this might be a topic for a different video, but in order to gain muscle, you're also going to have to gain fat. So you're going to eat in a surplus, but if you do it gradually and you increase your calories a little bit over time, then you'll minimize how much fat you gain, and you can gain mostly lean mass and muscle. But again, that's probably a topic for a different video. Figure out how many calories you'll need to either lose weight or gain weight. You'll figure out your macros based off of that. So carbs has 4 calories per gram, fat has 9 calories per gram, and protein has 4 calories per gram. And so based off of that calculation, you'll figure out like how many carbs, how many protein, how many fat you need. And you need a certain amount of carbs, you know, obviously for energy and stuff. You need a certain amount of fat to regulate your hormone levels, and protein for lean body mass. And then based off of your goals and based off of your body, everybody is different. So even if someone who weighed the same as me and does the same exercises as me, we would not have the same exact macros because my body might metabolize carbs a different way. Maybe my body does better with more carbs and less fat, and their body might be better with higher fat and less carbs. So it's just, you can't take someone's macros and just use them for yourself. Everybody's different, so you just have to kind of play around with it and find what works for you. Like I said in the links below, it can help you find a starting point, and then you can like try using those macros for a couple weeks. Maybe if it's not doing what you want, you can try adjusting your carbs or adjusting your fat and see what'll help you and see what your body does best with. But anyways, so the benefit of tracking macros is that you can eat the fun foods and still make progress. So for example, say tomorrow you know you're gonna go to your friend's birthday party and you're gonna want to have a piece of cake. So if you download MyFitnessPal, that's what I use. That you can like input your food and it'll show you how many calories, how much the macros are for the meals that you're eating. So that's what I use, and usually I plan out my day the day before, so that day I'm not like having to figure out what fits my macros and like decide the meals on the fly. If I figure it out the day before, then that takes all the stress out of it. But anyways, so like say you want to go have a piece of cake tomorrow, so the day before I would put that in MyFitnessPal first. I would put the piece of cake in it and say, I don't know what the macros in the cake is, but say there's like 20 grams of fat and like 50 grams of carbs, and say your macros are like 100 grams of fat, 100 grams of carbs, and like 100 grams of protein. That won't be your macros, but just for make it easy, say it's 100 of each. And so then from there you'll just make sure that the rest of your meals the rest of the day have like less carbs or less fat in order for you to still hit your macros and stay at your macro range. So you're not going to be overeating over your macros. You'll still be able to have your cake and just adjust your other food accordingly so that you still hit your macros. And so say your goal is to lose weight, then that's not going to hinder you from losing weight, because just because you have a piece of cake doesn't mean you're going to gain fat. Like say the cake has 50 grams of fat. 50 grams of fat from a cake is the same as like 50 grams of fat from coconut oil. So just because you're eating the cake doesn't mean that's going to make you gain fat, and like just because you eat the coconut oil doesn't mean you're going to be healthy and like not gain fat. Like your body metabolizes like the fat the same way. So that's why macros is great, because you can eat these like fun foods, and as long as you stay at your macro range, then you'll be able to reach your goal. So that's what I do. And you don't have to like, also a good thing about tracking macros is you kind of learn about portion sizing. Like because you weigh things out or measure things, you kind of learn like what an actual portion is. Like a lot of people, if they see what an actual portion size of like peanut butter is, they'd be pretty sad. And so it like helps you like know what you're putting in your body and how much is actually going into your body. And I just really like it because it's more just like a math, and like I like numbers obviously, so it's good because you know what you're doing is right and it's going to help you get to your goal, as opposed to if you're just like clean eating, you're like, okay, today I'm going to have oatmeal and like fruit and like whatever. You're just kind of guessing stuff each day, and it can vary. Like your calories will vary day to day depend on which healthy food you eat, and you're not tracking the calories or the macros in that. But with macros, you know what you're eating and how much you're eating and what you need to eat in order to reach your goals. And so it's fun. And like I said, you don't have to feel restricted. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm on a diet, like I can't eat this piece of chocolate. Like no, you totally can't. You just make it fit your macros. Just put it in. You can have that Oreo, you can have that Froyo, you can have everything and still reach your goal. And so it's really great. And like I said, I'll put a link to a YouTube video below about this guy who explains how to track it really well. And you can always like Google like macro trackers. They're not going to be completely accurate, and like I said, everybody's different. So like once you figure out what your macros are based off of the links that I'm putting, they may not be 100% accurate. So like try them for a few weeks, and then if it's not working how you want, then like adjust it. Because like I said, every body like metabolizes different food differently, so you just kind of want to test it out and then play around with it until you find what is good for you. Okay, and my mom reminded me, and this is really important, I want to talk to you guys about this. So just because you can have cake and you can have ice cream, I'm like still a very healthy eater. Like even though like 50 grams of fat from cake and 50 grams of fat from coconut oil is still going to do the same like thing weight wise to your body, obviously the coconut oil is more beneficial to your body, like nutrient wise. Like you get it's just gonna help your body and help your brain because it's more nutrient dense than cake. So obviously, like, you still want to eat your vegetables and everything. And really, if you're tracking your macros and like you want a piece of cake that night, in order to fit that cake into your macros, you're gonna inevitably have to eat healthy stuff that are lower in calories, like, because like vegetables are lower in macros naturally, and if you want to be full, you're gonna want to eat those because they're more voluminous and you don't have as many carbs or fat macros for the rest of your day because you are eating the cake. And so just because you do have the flexibility to eat like the fun foods, that doesn't mean you should neglect the healthy foods that do benefit your body, because fruits and vegetables are all super nutrient. So like a lot of the times I'll choose like an apple for my carbs as opposed to the Oreo, because it will benefit my body, it'll give me more energy, and I'll feel better and feel healthier. So just because you can fit all the fun foods into your diet doesn't mean that's all you should eat. You should definitely still have nutrient dense foods because they're healthier for you, like they're gonna benefit your body internally, and really you can eat more. Like for example, I have like huge bowls of salad like every day, and they keep you so much fuller because they're nutrient dense and they're low in calorie, as opposed to like having just like a tiny burger that's not going to fill you up. So I always go towards the healthier stuff. You can eat more of it and it's delicious. I really like it and it'll benefit your body. So yeah, but again, you can fit the fun foods in if you're going to go out, or if you know you're going to want dessert that night. I always have dessert, so I always put that in. But so that is my little, oh, this lighting would have been better. That is my little rant about macros. Again, if you guys want more information about it, you can email me. My email will be below. It's megfitnessnutrition@gmail.com, or you can also just like put your questions, you can comment it down below on the YouTube video, and then I'll get back to you about that and I'll reply to your comment. And if anybody needs help like figuring out what their macros should be, or again, if you just have any more questions, just either comment below or email me, and I will be more than happy to help you out about it, because I love talking about this stuff and it's just so fun for me. So yeah, feel free to ask. But anyways, that's my laundry back there. I'm glad we had good
look, you see your stickers?
area for this.
Your marathon